What's up, y'all? I have been for years and years and years talking about George Soros. If you know anything about him, back when he was 14 years old, he literally worked with Hitler's number two man, going around to the deported Jews' homes to look around to see if they could find anything that was worth something. Didn't matter whether it was gold, whatever, anything. Well, it all started with him a long time ago. If you look into it, back in like 1972, 74, something like that, I think, maybe even earlier, George Soros made $1 billion for his hedge company and almost bankrupted the Bank of Lloyd's of London. Now, since then, some people say, well, he did London a favor. Some people say that, no, he didn't do anything. As far as I'm concerned, he made $1 billion while there were literally people, kids, women, everybody going, they were not doing good. And he could have took his money and spent for something better, but no, he bet against the country, and made $1 billion with a B overnight. Well, since he did that, everybody's been thinking, oh, he's this big guru or whatever. No, he was able to short sell something. You remember the GameStop debacle? I literally saw a billionaire, the one that lost $70 million out from that deal, and he was crying, sobbing on TV. And it's demon people just like that to where we've got what we have now. George Soros, along with others. Bill Gates came on the bandwagon much later. Warren Buffett, all of them. Anybody and everybody. And I can tell you, pretty much except Trump. There's a lot of things about Trump that people don't know. Look up the ice rink in Central Park that everybody uses. Trump had everything to do to get that thing finished. Politicians him hauled around with it for 5 or 6 years, something like that. Trump got it within 3 months, got it finished under budget and way under schedule. And all this was going on while George Soros were already in the pockets of the Democrats in New York and the rhinos everywhere, all of them, our whole goddamn government. People need to really understand what NGOs, non-governmental organizations, a long time ago with Rockefeller and all them cats and stuff. Well, our government got broke a few times, and the only ones that had the money to help the government float things through were other billion-dollar corporations. Didn't matter what it was. Rockefeller was a big one. Was it Carnegie? Was another one because of the steel. Rockefeller had the oil and the gas and all that kind of stuff, you know. So yeah, these people come from a long, hard line to back when things weren't easy like they are nowadays. You know what I mean? Well, but we still have these ruthless college kids that are born into money. You see what I mean? that they don't really know anything about what a hard time really is. Was George Soros sat back and watched a nation of God knows how many hundreds of thousands of people that he saw rounded up, put in train cars, and shipped off. What do you think that does to a 14-year-old boy? George Soros don't believe in God. He did a interview. Mike Wallace, I think it was. Mike asked him, he said, "Do you believe in God?" And Soros like, "Oh, no." That's exactly what he did. Well, if you look into it, George Soros started everything buying people off a long, long time ago in Germany, England, France, Italy, from the Middle East, all the way. You look at it, and it's everywhere. Putin never did really any business with George Soros, but the people in Ukraine and Russia still did business with George Soros. Now we're going to speed up and everything, so let's get to the point to where we are now, because all this stuff has been taken on and yada 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 yada. Okay, if Ukraine is such the up and up country, why is Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, other billionaires that will not touch Ukraine with a 10 or a 50-foot freaking pole? Because even Bill Gates and Warren Buffett both said that Ukraine was corrupt. And it is. You remember that movie with Owen Wilson, like when he's the fighter pilot, and Gene Hackman was the general or admiral of that aircraft carrier and stuff like that? Well, all that was pretty much based off of true stories, that whole movie. Ukraine fought with the Nazis, not against, but with. Later on, I don't remember the guy's name, it's been years and years ago, but him and a few other people from Belarus, I believe it was, were literally going in the middle of the night, rounding up people out of their homes and all that kind of stuff, taking them out. They had a backhoe. They dug a big, deep trench or whatever. They shot them all, buried them, and then turned around, cleaned their house out, and then sold it for pure profit. They found it, yada yada, that's been going on, and he wasn't the only one that been doing it. So everybody knows that Ukraine is corrupt. Ukraine has also been the epicenter for all of the bio crap. Just ask Fauci and Gates about it. They know very, very well. Putin has been telling NATO has been trying to use Ukraine to get a little bit closer to Russia's border. Putin says, "Stay away from my border." I'm telling you, this is over 25 years. Putin's been telling them, "Stay away from my border. Don't want you right up next to them." Well, here they are. They want Ukraine and all. So you see what I'm saying? They just keep on doing stuff to where Putin can literally go at them, and then they're going to turn around and blame him. Now, the pipeline and everything else that was taken out over there, well, I literally saw Nikki Haley said that, well, we don't want Europe buying Russian gas. We want them buying American gas. Well, then that pipeline was bombed and blew up over there. That's an act of war. China's been going over there doing some other things too, dragging their anchors on the floor of the ocean, tearing up communication cables. That's an act of war. Messing with people's banks and their money. That's an act of war. Trying to assassinate somebody. That's an act of war. So you see what I'm saying about how they have been pushing, and little bit by little bit. I have been talking about that damn demon George Soros for over 20 years myself. I have been banned on Facebook. I don't know how many times. TikTok, Twitter, uh, YouTube even, you know? But that's just a little bit of, a roundabout. As quickly as I could possibly squeeze all of it into it to let you know what's been going on and how we got to where we are. The Clinton Foundation has always, since its inception, started working through Ukraine because they are so corrupt. And everybody over there knows it. So, people want to talk about Putin's the problem. Well, why would Putin stand there and look into the goddamn camera and say, Americans, don't give up your guns? Yeah. And just remember this. Every time you're watching CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, whatever, BSS, or whatever it is, remember Ron Burgundy, Anchorman, they'll sit and spew whatever is on that teleprompter. They get paid for it. They don't care what's on that teleprompter. They'll sit and tell you what they're paid to say. You got to start calling these little morons out for what it is. They're brainwashed, brain dead, do nothing, about nothing, know nothings. And they're going to sit and tell us because they saw some bullshit on TV that they're going to tell us what's what. I'm almost 60 freaking years old. I've bought homes, cars, bought homes and cars. I've raised a family, started my own business, and so there's nobody gonna sit and blow smoke up my butt and call it potpourri because nope. For one, it's exit only. But for two, I'm not dumb. I'm not young and dumb. And if people learn to get their heads out of their ass about the old white guy, they might learn something. But no, the brainwashed little morons will believe what they see on their TV or their phone because they were raised by them. Not their mom or not their dad. They were raised by electronics. Who do you think those kids trust more? Think about it. But a little history lesson for everybody. Trust me, look it up. Take what I say for granted. Look it up. You can also get on YouTube and look at the untold stories of the Navy SEALs. And guess what? Type in Ukraine and there is a bunch of it. Because all the stuff there, it started and it's ended by the same people. In our government, they use our special forces to start it. They'll use our special forces to end it. Look at Saddam. Look at Gaddafi and all them. Man, if people knew a little bit outside their own little world, they would probably do a lot better. You know what I mean? I got more. Y'all take it easy. Look up some stuff. Share the information. Find what you want. Look it up. Nail it down for exactly what you know it's fact. And then post that stuff. I was about to say something else, but yeah. Spread that truth. Put it right, the truth, and put it right between their freaking eyes, man. Put it right between their freaking eyes. Because that's one thing that I'm seeing now that there's not a lot of, and that's truth. You know what I mean? So it's going to take people with backbone, people with guts, and people with 100% stern knowledge that they know what the hell they're talking about. So that's just part of it, my friends. I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. Share, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. So, all right, I appreciate it. Y'all be good. I'll be back. Later, Patriots.